movers, we're going to have a short and sweet little stretch. Now this is a great one for kind of post-run, which is the situation that I am in right now, and also quite good for a relatively small space, like in your living room, or I'm actually in a hotel at the moment. So just grab a mat or something that you can have kind of beneath you to make it a little bit more comfortable, and pop on your favourite tunes or have this music there to join you. And when you're ready, start just taking a little press through the feet. So you're really spreading the toes, especially if you've just taken your shoes off. This is really nice just to kind of get a little stretch into the feet, across the balls of the foot, toes, also into the ankles, and you'll start hopefully feeling a little bit into the back of the legs as well. Nice deep breaths. Kind of drop those shoulders away, heavy arms. Think about lengthening your spine. Lovely stuff. You're going to pop the top of the foot down. That might be enough of a stretch and tone, or you can bend into it. Make sure those knees are still tracing forwards and get a nice stretch with the front of the foot and the front of the ankle here. Nice deep breaths. And gently swap over, other side. Lovely stuff. We're going to take the feet a little wider. We're going to go to the hip circles, and you can roll around kind of on the edge of the feet as well. Again, nice for the foot, nice for the ankles, and then also for the hips. Make that as big as you want. Maybe like you're swinging a hula hoop round. Might get a few clicks and creaks here. Really helpful also for knowing if you've had kind of any imbalance whilst you were running. It's a good one. You can kind of see if one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. Things like that. Go the other direction. Keep taking those nice big deep breaths. Wonderful. It might be that you want to have something to hold on to for this next one. We're just going to take a really simple quad stretch. So maybe you want to just have a hand on a wall or holding onto a chair or something. Bring the foot into the hand, squeeze those knees together, and then bend down a little bit. Then think about thrusting the hip forward. So get the most out of this stretch. That tuck under and that little thrust makes a massive difference for the front of the thigh. Then put a little bit of pressure into the hand. So you're kind of pushing the foot into the hand, and then you're also using the hand to draw the heel towards the bottom. So there's a lot actually happening. You should feel a really nice stretch across the front of the thigh. Big deep breaths. You're then going to draw that knee up towards the chest. Maybe start quite gentle, make sure you feel nice and balanced, maybe holding something, and then maybe drawing a little closer. Maybe using both arms so you can squeeze a little bit more. We then take a swing. Again, maybe holding on. Just get a little bit of mobility into the hip. Keep your balance. Big deep breaths. With that same leg, we're going to take some hip circles. So again, you could be holding on to something. You can have that little step down in between if you want. And then just bring it the other way. Like you're stepping over a hurdle, over a fence. Nice. Have a little shimmy shake, and then we're going to go on the other side. Start with that quad stretch. So foot into the hand, knees come together, tuck the hip under. For that lovely stretch on the front of the thigh. Push into the hand, and the hand pushes into the foot. You should really feel that. Big deep breaths. And then gently bringing that knee up towards the chest. Maybe start quite gentle. Maybe draw a little closer. Maybe take the other hand off. Squeeze a little more. Keep standing really tall and then taking that swing. We're then going to take the circle. Opening out. Again, notice if there's any differences one side to the other. Anything feels a little tighter, a little more uncomfortable. And then the other way. Up and over. Wonderful stuff. Take the feet wider than you had before. Take a bigger hip circle now. And the other way. We're going to keep the legs wide. Maybe keep the hands on the hips. You're going to hinge from the hip, let the body come forwards. should start to feel stretch on the back of the legs. Shift your weight forwards more into your toes. Maybe hold it there. Maybe reach down with the fingertips. Deep breath on your next exhale, fold the body in, dropping the head, dropping the chest. Big deep breaths. So now we're starting to open up backs of the legs. Keep the weight kind of forwards in those toes. Let the head drop down. Maybe you want to then start taking a little swing. So it might be that you're holding onto your elbows, taking a little swing, loosening off that lower back, feeling a deeper stretch into the hamstrings right at the top of the legs. Hands come back down, and then maybe take a bend into the knees, and then a stretch, lengthening. Bend and stretch. Keep going for me, movers. Really think about that length of the spine. Play around with the angle of the legs. Well, you might want to have your toes slightly pointing out, or maybe even slightly pointing in, but just make sure your knees feel happy. Deep breaths. You might find that you can start to fold in a little bit more. Maybe your forearms and elbows are reaching the mat. Lovely. Walk your feet a little bit closer. This time turn the toes out and then sit down. Just drop the hips underneath. It might be when you want to have your forearms on your thighs. Maybe you want to have a little rock side to side. Just getting this nice stretch with the inner thigh and the groin area. You can keep the body hinged forwards quite a bit if that feels quite comfortable for you. Let the hips drop down as much as you want today. Find some stillness and then pressing hand to the inside of the leg and dropping the shoulder one way. Gently take that to the other side. And again, first way, maybe the hips are going a little lower now. And the other way. Lovely stuff. Gently bring the feet closer together, maybe little toe heel swivels, and then start to roll up through the spine. Lovely stuff. I'm going to just go side on. We're going to bring feet underneath the hips, roll the body down, soften the knees. So we're back in this folded feeling, but now with the feet a lot closer. We're going to open up to one side, so lengthen one leg, open that arm. Feel that nice stretch into the back of the legs, and then also into the waist, shoulder, chest, big reach. Gently relax down, open up the other way. Deep breaths. And relax down, hands come to thighs. Little standing cat-cow here, so just moving into the spine. Spread the shoulder blades. If you have started this immediately after running as well, hopefully this really helps you bring your heart rate down, your breathing rate down. And then we're going to gently roll all the way down. Find 4-point kneel, so wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then start those cat-cows again here. Hopefully a bit bigger with your movements. Maybe you want to take that to little circles. Hips are going one way, shoulders are going the other. If you've done any of my other videos, you'll know that I love this. And the other way around. Switching directions. And then a little spinal wave. So take the hands maybe slightly further forward. You drop the hips, lift the chest, and then gently sit back. Bottom to heels, reaching along the back of the body. And up and over again. And lift. And then send it back. Deep breaths. One more time. And just staying here. So we're in this lovely child's pose, hips sitting back. Walk those fingertips away, drop the head, drop the chest, relax the belly. And then we're going to gently make our way onto our bottom. So just take your time. And then sitting down. My favourite, feet go nice and wide, hands behind you, and we're dropping one side to the other, window wipers. This is a lovely little massage for the glutes. You might hear some clicks and things. It's a great way of getting some mobility into the hips. A nice stretch across the inner thigh, and then also the front of the hip here and into the hip flexor. Be mindful of how your knees are feeling. Decide kind of how wide you want this to be today. But you are kind of getting inner thigh, outer thigh and hip, as well as your glutes. We're going to then pick one side. You might find that you want to just decrease the angle here, or it might be that you want to try and have a 90-90 with the shin and the thigh. Try and keep yourself lift in the center and then start to hinge forward. You might find that this is enough. We're aiming for a glute stretch in that front leg. Keep the spine long. It might be that you reach a little forwards, maybe you're further forwards, your forearms might come down. Big deep breaths. And then you might feel like you can relax a little bit more over that front thigh. We then gently bring ourselves back up, bringing the hands behind the hips. So keeping those where our hands come behind them, and you're going to have that feeling of pushing the hip forwards. It might be that you actually feel like you can go down onto your forearms here. Again, be mindful of how the knees feel, but we're aiming for this stretch here across the front of that thigh into the hip flexor, but relax your glutes. You could even lie all the way down here if you wanted. Deep breaths. And then gently bring yourself up, and we're going to go onto the other side. So we just open our window opens up and over to the other side. Decide how you'd like those legs to be for this one, and then gently start to hinge forwards. When you feel a nice stretch into the hips and the glutes stay there, or maybe you want to keep going further forwards, maybe you want to relax over the front thigh. Each exhale, feeling a little heavier. And then gently lifting to bring the hands behind the hips and pushing forwards. Maybe onto the forearms, maybe lying down, that feeling into that hip. Relax the glutes. Great work. Our last little bit, we're going to lie down on our backs. So just take your time. Lying down, drawing the knees in for a very well-deserved hug. And maybe a little rock side to side just to massage into that lower back. We're going to take one leg high, so maybe pop the other foot down. And just extending up. To start with, just kind of think foot to ceiling. Bring the toes gently towards the face. This might feel like enough of a stretch for the back of the leg today. Maybe you want to hold the back of the thigh and just bring it a little bit closer. Or maybe the back of the calf. Just avoid holding the knee and try and lengthen along the back of the leg. Keep your spine attached to your mat. Deep breaths. Maybe you're going to bend the knee a little bit and then lengthen, and it maybe feels a little longer. With each exhale, just encourage the thigh a little closer to the chest. And then gently crossing the leg over, making a figure of four here, taking the hands through the gap. Drawing the thighs towards the chest, maybe using your elbow to gently open that thigh a little wider. Head and shoulders are relaxed. We're then going to gently swap over onto the other leg. So pop the foot down, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Just a long leg to start. Gently encouraging the toes towards the face. Maybe holding the back of the thigh, bringing it a little bit closer. Feel this nice stretch on the back of the leg. Avoid any big pulling or straining. You should also have this nice feeling of kind of the blood just draining down out of the legs. Maybe bring it a little closer, holding the back of the calf. Keep that spine attached. Each exhale, encourage a little more relaxation, a little longer into the back of the leg. Maybe you're doing some little ankle circles or flex and point. Notice if anything feels different on this second side to the first side. We then gently cross it over, open the thigh, hands through the gap. Maybe using your elbow to just encourage a little bit more openness with the hip. And drawing the knees back in together for another little cuddle, maybe a little rock again. And from here, let the legs go long. Maybe your feet want to flop open, maybe your hips want to flop open. Arms down by your side. Hopefully everything's feeling a little more relaxed now. Sometimes I quite like a little hip wiggle here, so you could even put your hands onto your hips and just kind of thinking one up, one down, little shimmy shake. It can really encourage a little bit more relaxation across the pelvis. And then maybe one big reach as you inhale, fingertips to toes, super, super long. And relax. Well done, movers. Take your time, maybe moving onto your side before you come up to seated. Make sure you thank your body for moving with you today. Take a little shoulder roll. We inhale and lift, exhale, let it go. We breathe in all the good and we let go of any bad. And thank you so much for moving with me. I hope to see you again on my screen really soon. Have a great day. Bye.